Welcome back to All Access Tauros fans. I'm Presley, and with me is Olivia. Once again, we will actually only see you for sure today for this week for All Access, since we are going to showcase this week. We will get into that in a little bit, but first, Liv has a game recap from this weekend's home opener.
Yes, so this weekend the North Iowa Bulls came up here to Minot. Unfortunately, we were not able to pull a win out of either of those games. However, in Friday night's game, we had Dane Ramirez scoring our home opener goal. We did lose 5-1, however, which obviously was rough, but I would say it was a pretty good game in the beginning and then kind of downhill from there, unfortunate. However, Saturday, fans showed back up, players showed back up, and we had two boys score their first goal in the NAHL. We had Artem Prima scoring his first, and then Marlon Edwards not only scoring his first goal, but his second as well. And we saw him out there working for the hat trick, but that was unable to happen. But I know he was super excited. We took their picture with their first no-goal puck, so make sure you go look at those on our Instagram. Another highlight from Saturday's game was we had 3 power play goals, all I'm pretty sure scored in the second, which was an insane period to watch. I remember coming up for the halftime show after, or the intermission show after, and I was just speechless. As Kobe and I, talked about it, it was insane. We went into shootout or an overtime, then shootout, and ended up losing 5-4. And now we are heading 0-1-1 into Showcase, which does bring us to Ask the Herd.
Yes, before we get to Ask the Herd, going back to those games, Liv, I mean, the difference between Friday and Saturday night's game, you could see that team chemistry was starting
100%.
to come through, and I think, you kind of got to put that weekend away. It happened, move on, coming into Showcase and really building off of that team chemistry that you had in that momentum that you also had Saturday night.
Even I would say the difference between Friday and Saturday's games, the players were in, a better outlook coming into Saturday. I talked a little bit to Luca Ori, I talked to assistant coach Mike Meredith, and they said, the energy was way better Saturday night. Luca talked about coming from the Colorado Grit and being in Minot. The fan difference is insane, and that's what Michael Solminski, I know you talked to him, said the exact same thing. So, we're showing up, we're showing out, we're just hoping to pull off a win, hopefully going into Showcase.
Yes, so welcome back to Ask the Herd. So today's question is kind of about Showcase, those details, when the Tauros play, where to buy tickets, all of that fun stuff. So the Tauros are heading to Blaine tomorrow for the NAHL Showcase. Wednesday, they will be playing at 4:30. They will be facing the Oklahoma Warriors. Thursdays, the Tauros have off, so a nice little rest day before coming back Friday at 3 p.m. against the New Hampshire Mountain Kings. And then Saturday will be the finale. It'll be 2:30 against the Anchorage Wolverines. So if you are heading over to Minnesota, be sure to go to nahl.com/showcase/tickets to get your tickets there. If you're not able to make that trip, then be sure to tune into nahltv.com for those broadcasts. There will not be a Facebook stream for this week of Showcase, so if you want to watch your Tauros, be sure to head over to NHL TV.
Yes, I'm definitely super excited. I attended last year, and it is just a madhouse of hockey for the weekend. Like, if you love hockey, that is the place to be. You have games whatever direction you look. It's so fun. That brings us to Tauros Talk, and as you guys know, Presley and I have been really pushing out on the socials, and we got the team. We should have brought it in here today. I didn't even think it's sitting on my desk. A Jellycat stuffed animal hockey puck, and on media day we had the boys name it, and some of the names are
pretty clever.
Others I was not expecting at all. So make sure, if you haven't yet, it just got posted right before we started All Access. Go over to TikTok, and we might be throwing it out on Instagram too, and get your voting, get it in the comments, and we're going to definitely be taking the Jellycat as a little preview to Showcase, and we'll see what the name is. As Presley said, we are not sure if we will see you the rest of this week, so if we don't, we will see you on Monday, but make sure to follow all the socials this weekend. Presley and I will also be working with the NAHL and doing some of their social content, so also keep a look on those, and you might see some familiar videos.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.